by James Carlton.
All right.
Get you ready for the South Carolina game. Plowhawk, Doug is so excited about the uniforms tomorrow.
What are they wearing?
What are they?
White pant,
Woo!
white jersey,
Woo!
white helmets with
yes.
tigers
God.
and black script.
And gold face mask.
Awful. Awful.
Oh
Awful.
my God! Do they
Incredible.
have those somewhere?
Incredible.
The people at South Carolina won't know who they're playing. Who is this? Is this our
Look up
practice
Missouri
squad?
uniform.
This is a JV? Got hand-me-down uniforms? Who wears all white with a white helmet? Nobody.
Tigers too.
Yeah, fight tiger.
Awful.
Doug,
Awful.
the number is down to 3.5.
God almighty.
Jackson, I had people texting, asking me what is going on with Missouri. Like guys who, spend a lot, play a lot, I guess, big dollars with sports wagering. As if I have any clue. And I go, I don't know. But Jackson, you looked it up, and all the money and the volume of bets is on Missouri and Las Vegas?
Public and the money is all over the Tigers.
A weird pairing, although that is what happened with the the money was on, I think, Alabama on that Tennessee one a couple weeks ago, which was a strange spread. This one, I would say, is stranger than that.
Yeah.
In that case, I loved Tennessee, and I was anxious. I didn't bet it, but I was curious to see what would happen because I think people now have caught up with how good Tennessee is, as in gamblers or the spreads. I think Tennessee was kind of viewed as maybe like a paper operation, but the line opened at 5.5, and it is now down to South Carolina minus 3.5. And I would imagine, Doug, that has to do with the all-white uniforms and the black
I
script
wouldn't
tigers.
think so.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
not
they
the
dropped to
worst.
the half a point.
I know
They're
it's
not the
helping
worst I've
recruiting.
seen.
What would be the worst? What's worse than all white with a white helmet?
The
Bumblebees.
Bumblebee was the worst idea they've ever come
Yeah.
up with.
The anthracite shoulder pads were some of the worst looking things I've ever seen.
And who gets to make this call? They got a
Nike.
special marketing guy who's telling the head coach what you're going to wear?
Nike called Barry Odom. Hey, we got some gray units. Oh, hell yeah.
Awful. Like they
That was
sell a bunch
still
of
in
these
the Pinkle
jerseys.
era.
Guys, the Bet the Board
really?
podcast with Todd Furman had Mizzou as their best bet this week. They think Mizzou has been unlucky. Also said it was a sell on South Carolina more than anything. See, that's what...
Yeah.
If you do go into the weeds of it, I mean, you can't... listen, I'm not changing it. The Colonel and I don't say we argue about this, but so much of, from a gambling standpoint, I'm not talking about from how fans evaluate teams, but from a gambling standpoint, Missouri did, quote unquote, beat Auburn. Those were their two different times. And were they unlucky? Absolutely, because 99% of the time, Harrison Nevis kicks that field goal, and 99% of the time, Pete doesn't drop that football. So I agree with that premise. The Florida one, I don't know about that, but they were right there with Georgia, and they were dominating in the trenches. I mean, they really were, especially the first half, to the point that Georgia had to run a fake field goal. I mean, that's a team that legitimately could win the national championship. I think so. Right now, what you try to do when you're putting either daily fantasy rosters together or betting is recognize the prisoner of the moment from the most recent game and then how it shapes lines and or how people will play players when they're building NFL rosters. So, like, for example, last night, a lot of people went off of Leonard Fournette because he had a really bad game 4 days earlier against the Panthers. And so that's where some sharp money wound up going, is on Leonard Fournette, because they knew the public was down on him. So Missouri's coming off of perhaps their most disappointing game, even though it was a win, because it was so hideous offensively against Vanderbilt in the second half. And then Texas A&M, fumble left around, had a bunch of injuries, but the national perception of South Carolina is, man, they've beaten Kentucky, but that was with Kentucky having an injury quarterback, and they've beaten Texas A&M, and that's having injuries on the offensive line and, some freak plays. And so it may be the perfect storm from a gambling standpoint. Of course, it doesn't mean it's going to happen that way, but that's how I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Because when the line came out at 5.5, a lot of Missouri fans were surprised it was that low. Now it has gone 40% in the other direction, with Missouri only a 3.5-point favorite, or underdog, excuse me. So the
odds
how I'm trying
makers
to-
think they're a little better than what the public persona is.
That is exactly. That sums it up. Yes, sir.
And South Carolina isn't as good as
That's correct.
their record
As-
shows.
As long as you have Brady Cook under center, you are not a good football team. It just, I mean, I get they are better than the record show. There's no question about it. They are better than that. I'm not saying much better, but that Auburn game was in the bag. I wouldn't say the Georgia game was in the bag either.
Oh,
they were dominating, but
The first half they were, but they weren't in the second half.
you needed somebody to step up, and you had no. I mean, that's just on Brady Cook and the offensive play calling. Brady Cook doesn't do it. They can't put up a ton of points.
No, they'll never win shootouts.
They're so lucky their defense is a top 5 defense because, I just don't trust Brady Cook at all. So I think 3.5 is a safe number.
Well, I think to play it out now, but the total, Jackson, if I'm not mistaken, is 47.
Yeah.
Oh, under.
So okay, but then what that tells you, this is the math, is they have the game being a final score of what, 25-22 ish. And listen, I could certainly see Missouri winning this game. I know that sounds perhaps crazy to some people, considering what the narrative is of Missouri football at the moment locally. But again, I think you have to keep South Carolina in check relative to what they are. In other words, is South Carolina the 25th best team in the country? I'd be surprised if that's the case, and that's where their current ranking is. Is Missouri as bad as 3 and 4 with the teams that they've played and the way with which they've lost? And I don't think that they are. But what I do have a tough time wrapping my mind around is that offense would score 22 points. And that's essentially what the number is saying. It's about a 25-22 game, 24-21-ish game when you have a spread of 3.5 and a total of 47.
That number has dropped. It is now at 46.
Okay.
And the public is all over the under. And so is the money. Volume and money is all over the under.
So Missouri and the under is the play.
Missouri and the under is